Hey guys, what's up? My name's Emily Shea, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm actually starting a new series on my channel. I decided that I kind of wanted to discuss the different resorts around Walt Disney World property. There is a ton of resorts on property, and I thought that I would just break them down, kind of talk about what each resort has to offer, the price ranges of them, and the pros and cons of each resort, so that if you guys are coming to Disney World on your vacation, you can have a better understanding of where you and your family might want to stay. The resorts at Disney World are broken down into 3 categories. There is a deluxe category, a moderate category, and a value category. We are going to be starting with the value resorts first because those are the cheapest, and then deluxe is the most expensive. So each video is going to be breaking down each different category. Today we're going to be starting with some of the value resorts. Now there are 5 value resorts that Walt Disney World has to offer, but we're going to be starting with the all-star resorts. These ones are, there's 3 separate all-star resorts, but they are all grouped together into one area, and that is in the Animal Kingdom resort area. So it's right next to Animal Kingdom, about a 5-minute drive, and then like 10 or 15 to the other parks. Like I said, there are 3 resorts in the All-Star Resort area. There's All-Star Movies, All-Star Music, and All-Star Sports, with All-Star Movies being the most expensive and All-Star Sports being the least expensive. Like I said, these are the lowest price resorts at Walt Disney World, so they have prices ranging from $125 a night and like the slowest part of the year, and then all the way up to $350 a night at the peak time of year. Now let's get into each resort. Like I said, All-Star Sports is the cheapest of the 3, with pricing starting at about $125 a night. This resort is themed around, you guessed it, sports. This just means that they have different sections of the resort dedicated to one specific sport themed. There is a Surfs Up section, which is of course surfing. There is a Hoops Hotel, which you guessed it, basketball. There is a touchdown section, which is football. And there is also a home run hotel, which is, of course, baseball. All-Star Sports is currently under refurbishment, so some of the rooms have been updated and some of the rooms haven't been updated. So by the time this video comes out and by the time you're watching it, some of this information on this specific resort might be a little bit outdated, just so that you guys know. All-Star Sports is one of those resorts that is great for families with small children. I think that the theming at all of the All-Star resorts is great for anyone with kids, anyone that wants to enjoy that Disney feel and isn't necessarily looking for something super fancy, or you have like small kids that might enjoy the theming of a resort better. I have stayed at All-Star Sports before, and I have stayed in both the renovated rooms and the old style of rooms, and I actually enjoyed both of them. Of course, the old style one was a little bit more outdated, but it was still a really nice room. It fit me and my mom very comfortably. It had lots of space, it had all the amenities. It just was a little bit outdated. So if you end up getting one of those rooms, I still think that it's worth the price. And I think that you and your family would enjoy staying there. Next, we're going to talk about All-Star Music. Now, this is right next to All-Star Sports, but with a different theming. It's, of course, music. So the resort has different genres of music for each building that you can stay in. The buildings include a Broadway hotel, a country fair, a rock inn, a jazz inn, and a calypso building. All of the rooms in this resort have been refurbished, so if you do end up picking this resort, you won't be getting an older style of room. You'll get a remodeled one, just so you're aware. That one is unlike All-Star Sports that is still being refurbished. This resort, like I said before, has amazing theming. If you are someone who loves music, literally any style of music, any genre, any decade, this resort is for you. I think that the colors that they use, the icons that they use are amazing, and they really hit the mark on what the vibe of the hotel is trying to achieve. So I think that this is also a great choice for you and your family if you are someone who loves music, someone who's just trying to save an extra buck on your Disney resort, or anything like that. The next and last resort that we're going to be talking about is the All-Star Movies Resort. This is the third and last resort in the All-Star area, which is also the last of the cheapest or most inexpensive of the value resorts. All-Star Movies is of course based off of classic Disney movies. So just like the other All-Star resorts, there are categories for each building of the resort. So there is a 101 Dalmatian building, a Toy Story building, a Love Bug building, a Mighty Ducks building, and a Fantasia building. I tend to think that kids might enjoy this resort a little bit more, just because they do have the classic Disney movie characters that you can think of. Of course, in the Toy Story area, there is a giant Woody, a giant Buzz. They have the big Andy's wallpaper, those iconic clouds. They have an RC car. So these themed buildings kind of tend to catch the eye of younger children more, just because they are more noticeable and more recognizable to them. But they also have some of those more classic Disney movies that younger kids might not know about. Of course, the Love Bug section and the Mighty Ducks sections may not be as popular of movies and might not be movies that kids in this decade may have watched, but they can tend to those adults who also would like to stay in a cheaper hotel, or, might want to teach their kids about a movie that they watched. So, yeah. All of the rooms in this resort have also been refurbished, so you won't have to worry about if you don't want an older style room or anything like that the All-Star Sports might offer. All of these rooms are refurbished. Now I'm going to break down the pros and cons of this specific value resort area. I'm just going to break it all into one section. So I'm going to call it the All-Star Resort area instead of each individual resort, because they are basically the same, just with different theming. So something that these resorts do that other resorts might not do is the different buildings that they have. So like I said, each building in each resort has a different theme, which means that the buildings are disconnected. So the lobby is its own building, and then there are 5 different buildings around the resort that are disconnected from everything else. Some people may like that, some people may not. I didn't seem to mind it. But yeah, just as a note, all the buildings are disconnected, so you will have to walk to the parking lot separately. You'll have to walk to the transportation if you're using Disney transportation. The pools are separate also, so if you're not one that wants to walk like around the whole resort to get to other places, this one might not be the resort area for you. Yeah. These resort rooms sleep 4 adults comfortably. So if you're a family of 4, 2 being kids, 2 being adults, you would fit perfectly in one of these rooms. Or if you are a friend group or a family of 4 adults coming, anything like that, these rooms will fit you perfectly. They have a queen bed, and then they have a Murphy bed that comes out of the wall and kind of like sits on your dining table. So if your dining table is here, they have a Murphy bed and it just folds down, and that one's going to be either a queen or a double-sized bed. So like I said, sleeps 4 comfortably. Each room also, of course, has a bathroom, a dresser, a coffee maker, TV, mini fridge, safe, anything that you might need in your resort room. These resorts also offer, just like any of the other more expensive resorts, they have the same amenities. Like I said before, they each also have transportation. So they have buses that go to and from each resort, as well as Disney Springs. This is the only form of transportation that the resort offers, aside from like if you wanted to take an Uber or a Lyft or anything like that. But the only Disney transportation they have is those buses. They also have a food court and a quick service for each section of the resort. So the All-Star Music has a food court, All-Star Movies and All-Star Sports, they each have their own food court. You can mobile order, or you can go in and pick up and take it to your room, or you can go in and pick up and eat it in the food court. Totally up to you. As you can see, this is just one of the dinner menus at one of the resorts, but they have lots of options, lots of things to pick from. They have pizza, burgers, things like that. They also have healthier options like salad, plant-based options, kids menus. They also have, all the way at the bottom, they have different options for allergies. So if you're allergic to milk, if you're allergic to any type of meat, anything like that, they have allergy-free options all the way at the bottom of the menu, which I think is great. It's a very extensive quick service menu, and of course they also have alcohol and stuff, but yeah. They also have different activities for kids to do. So each resort has those movies by the pool. They have a campfire with s'mores, things like that that the resorts all offer. These cheaper resorts still do offer those amenities and those extra activities for kids, just at a lower price. I actually did a staycation at All Star Movies with my friend Sam. That's in our holiday staycation vlog. If you haven't seen that, go and watch that if you want to check out All Star Movies. But something that I liked about this resort is that they have different games set up at like different parts of the resort. So I think by us, we were in the Toy Story section, and by us, they had a checkers board, like giant checkers on the floor. It was like life size. It was as if like you were Woody and there's checkers on the floor. You know what I mean? There was table tennis, there was checkers, there was chess. I think there was also cornhole. And then each resort also has a playground. So there is plenty of things for your kids to do. If you guys have a break from the parks and you just want to hang out at your resort one of the days, you can play games, you can go to the playground, you can go to the pool. Plenty of things for you guys to do. Each resort also has a laundry room on property for you to do all your laundry, and they also have a market to buy snacks that you could take into the parks with you. Now I want to talk about some of the cons that this resort might have. So like I said before, these resorts kind of tend to lean towards families with children just because they are over the top themed, they are a little less expensive than other resorts, and just lean towards them. And so a con might be that if you are just a couple coming on your vacation or a group of adults that kind of want to stay away from the craziness that children might bring, which I know you're at Disney World, but you know, some people like that. This resort area might not be for you. You might want to stay at a more quiet resort just because, like I said before, there are plenty of games and things to do outside of your resort room. And so if you're not wanting to hear those screaming children all the time, if you just want to come back to your resort and have like peace of mind, that might not be what you'll find here. Yeah, that's just one of the cons that I can think of. Another con is one of the pros that I listed, which is the transportation. A lot of people like that Disney offers many forms of transportation, like the Skyliner, the ferry boats, the monorail, the buses, things like that. And this resort is so separate from everything else that they only have the buses. Now, when I stayed at All Star Movies, we took the bus over to Magic Kingdom for the Very Merry Christmas Party, and it didn't take very long. It took like maybe 15 minutes to get to Magic Kingdom property. Parking during that time was a completely different story for the bus, but that was just because the Christmas party was starting. But the actual drive over to Magic Kingdom was maybe 15 minutes, so nothing bad at all. But if you're one that likes different forms of transportation other than buses, this resort might not be for you, and you might want to check out a resort on the monorail loop or on the Skyliner loop. If you guys have any more questions about these resorts, feel free to leave them down in the comment section down below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Like I said before, I'm going to be doing a series of videos like this on my channel of each resort and each like category of resort at Disney World. So right now we're starting with the value resorts. So if you guys have a specific resort that you want to see as soon as possible, let me know and I will try to get that out to you. Yeah, otherwise, if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below or DM me on Instagram. Make sure you're following me over there because I do post updates about YouTube. I post pictures all the time. So make sure you're following me over on Instagram, and I'll be sure to get back to you if you DM me with any questions as well. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you guys. If you liked this style of video, if you liked this style of editing, let me know, and let me know any questions you have for these resorts or any resorts coming up. And that's it for today's video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!